Hello. So I am kind of late. I got distracted looking at shoes, which honestly very likely place for me to be. Look at these, they look like candy. I feel like I wouldn't know how to style them. I was looking for a specific picture, but I think this one will do if we can't find anything. Yeah, I guess that's the best we can do. Also, I was worried yesterday that this playlist would be copyrighted because they kept playing songs that was like, this feels like a real song and not just like random lo-fi. But not that lo-fi isn't real songs, but you get what I mean. It feels like it shouldn't be royalty free, but I looked at the status of yesterday's video and there was only one song that was copyrighted, but it was royalty free, so I could use it on YouTube, so there were no issues. I still removed it from the playlist just in case. But okay, the reason I was looking at sandals is because we're gonna be working on this today. I'm gonna add like more details to the sandals, because why not? These feel not details in the sense like I'm not gonna add elements to them, but like the stitching and stuff. I might add a buckle on this side. We'll see. I kind of designed these a bit randomly, and then we looked at this brand Yosuke because the shoes were really reminiscent of them, and so I'm going to be using them for inspo. Also, I kind of had to censor this because we're in the early stage of rendering clothes. I would like to be done with line art for these pieces today. We'll see how that goes. I kind of tend to go like a little too detailed on the shoe separation. I never end up doing anything special with the shoes when I rig them, so I don't know why I'm splitting them into so many parts. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I'm gonna hide the sandals for now because we're going to start with the socks. Let's go here. I'll just redo a quick line art. Something like this for the base of the shoe. Let me check that this is our brush size. Oh, it's a little too big. Too small. How about this? Yeah, close enough. I finished my schedule for next week before I started stream. And then while I was waiting to start the stream, I realized that this weekend right now, and it's almost over. It's almost not the weekend anymore, so I'm not counting it. But after this, I only have 2 more weekends, and then I'm going on vacation. And so I had like a pretty light schedule for next week. I was only going to stream on, I was going to stream during the week, but on the weekend I was only going to stream on Sunday, and then I realized that and I was like, well, maybe I do 2 weekend streams again. We'll see. I want to burn myself out for like no reason. Oh, the whole reason I wanted to stream on this account was because I wanted a more chill schedule. Like if I'm busy, I'm busy. I just can't stream, and that's it. I got absolutely nothing done yesterday. After stream, I mean. Because I was just so distracted by Paralives. It's definitely missing some features. Which I was expecting because it's early access, but it's a lot more finished than I thought it would be. Which is nice. I don't know how many hours I have in it, probably 6 or something. I still feel like I'm just exploring, just getting started. Oh, I forgot to turn on drawing assist. So annoying. Also, yeah, I finished the model art for my other model commission yesterday. And so if you want a model, I'm still expecting my waitlist to end in early July. I would like it to be 1st of July, but we'll see how much progress I make. But yeah, if you join the waitlist now, I'll start on your project whenever that is, in July. And it would be done in probably August if it's just art, and then September if it's rigging. Could be, it really depends on how complex the models are when it comes to the art process. I'm kind of gaining speed, so I think that 2 months ETA, if I don't have to design the character, is probably a bit too long. kind of wanted to shorten the socks because like they feel kind of like the we'll see what it looks like. Oh, I don't want anything assisted actually. Doesn't feel right. See. Maybe I'll just do it on the shading then. This part might need to be highlighted. Okay, I don't like this song. It doesn't suit the mood right now. I always underestimate how much time it's gonna take me. What do you mean one pair of socks is gonna take me like 25 minutes just to line and not render, fill? Which I guess I'll have to rename this video because we're not doing any rendering. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've ever explained why I filled like that. It's just because let me give an example. My brush that I like to use is pretty see-through. It's not at full opacity. So if I'm using it as a reference to fill, I can like lower the threshold and make it work, but then when you lower the opacity or you change the color, it just looks really bad. Which I tend to do. Like I would, if this thing was red, then I would probably, I don't want, this is a clipping mask. I would do something, I don't know, I don't like how it looks. It's more obvious, I think, on a different color background. But maybe there's a way to make the fill tool not anti-aliased. Yeah. I don't know. It's relaxing. It's probably just not very good for my wrists or my eyes. Because I always do red just because it's easy to see any spots that I missed. Okay. So let's do white. Oh. I don't like this a little bit. It just looks like the ankle is swollen or something. I just want it to look like a little messy. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to break down these shoes into Hello, I'm doing okay. I'm a little sleepy. I made the mistake of laying down right before I started stream. And now I feel like I can't snap out of it. I woke up pretty early, but I did the mistake of like when you're still sleepy but you don't want to go back to bed because you're too stubborn, and so you, well, not go back to bed, but like go back to sleep, and you just lay in bed for 2 hours and then you're like, oh, I'm still sleepy and I didn't get anything done. I should have just slept. Yeah, I will admit I haven't really been drawing before I open stream. Usually I'll draw a bit in the morning, but I just kind of laid around and played some game. It's not, drawing's not exhausting physically, but it does require some focus, so if you're sleepy, it's not always like the first thing you want to do. Especially with a model where I'm like, I have to actually think about how I'm doing this. Like right now, I don't think I'm doing it right. As if it's not right now. I can fix it later, but I'm gonna be annoyed by my past self for not doing it properly the first time. Okay, so this is the sole, and then we'll have the back. So I can shift around just a little bit and it looks kind of 3D. Back up the sole. So those are gonna go under the socks. Like this. Yeah, that makes sense, okay. And then little straps. I think I don't want to over cut these because like I said, I think I tend to do too many cuts that I don't use. And that's fine when I'm doing just the art for someone because I'm like, oh, their rigger will figure it out and they'll merge stuff down if it's too much. But I'm rigging this one and I'm like, okay, am I actually gonna use all these layers? Because if I'm not, then what's the point of making them? Try not to let future me figure this out. This future me has the harder job. Drawing's easy. But drawing's not easy. Drawing's easy compared to rigging. In my opinion. I can't remember. Wait, let me look at the shoes. I'm trying to figure out if the orange strap is like around the center. What's the name of the center of the foot? I don't know. The arch. If it's closer to the arch or if it wraps around the ankle. I don't think it wraps around the ankle because if it does, I drew it really wrong. But I could just have drawn it really wrong. Let me try to find the exact picture. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring this over here. And you can look at this while I look at my Twitter DMs because I don't want to actually spoil anything that we have planned. Scroll, scroll. I'm getting close. Okay, so it's supposed to be... Yeah, I think the positioning is right. If you can see, the buckle is where the orange strap would be, and then the rest would be in the back, so it wouldn't really be visible. Maybe I could add a little something like here. And then I can stretch it out when the... Yeah, okay, I think I'll do that, and then I'll do a buckle on the other side. Okay. I tried to do different colors so I don't get confused. Some kind of buckle here. The other one will be. Oops. I was like, wait, why is it an error? It's my fault. I think the soles are kind of wrong. Maybe it should be pointing inwards a bit more. So I think I'm gonna go to the zoo on my trip, probably, because we always go at least once, because we have a membership. And so I probably will be tempted to play Planet Zoo on stream at some point when I come back. But I always kind of feel bad, because I start a zoo on stream and I don't finish it just because it's such a time-consuming game. It's basically just as detailed as The Sims. You can spend hours on one enclosure. Okay, let me start with the bottom. Also, I think it's my... It's gonna be my 4th or 5th time at this specific zoo. And every single time I've gone, I have never seen their red pandas. And then we went to a different zoo in a completely different city. And their red pandas were also hiding away. So that's my goal for this trip. I want to see the pandas, the red pandas. Maybe if it's warmer, they're gonna be playing outside more. It's always been a little cold when I eat. So cute. I think every time I go, my favorite changes. Last time the wolves were super active, and so that was really exciting. And the monkeys are also pretty fun when they're more active and interactive. Also seals, the sea lions. I feel like they're cool no matter where you go because they do tricks and shows. They're so smart. Or very food driven, or both. I mean, there were so many people doing seal adoptables. Like a few weeks ago. This was pre-mermaid. People were like pre-gaming mermaid with their seal adoptables. I wonder how many of them actually became VTubers. Because I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I'll see like a really good adoptable that's up, and then I'll see a few weeks later that they're actually making they're using it for their VTuber model, like the person who bought it. I'm like, yes. So I'm very guilty myself of buying really pretty designs and then kind of just letting them sit there. That's why I gave myself a challenge of like, if you're not drawing your adopts at least a little bit this month, then you can't get any more. And so until I've posted this piece that I'm working on, I can't get more. Unless I always make an excuse. I'm like, oh, this one's perfect, and I don't have one by this artist yet. Or like I have one by this artist, but I don't have like a one to match with them yet. I'm kind of just doing whatever on these. I think it works. Okay, drawing this part really loosely because I always make it and then I never use it. Almost. You can only see just a little bit, and so no point of putting a lot of detail in. Still craving pizza like I did yesterday, but I made the mistake of downloading that one game, Good Pizza, Great Pizza. Is that the name? Or is it just Good Pizza? Now I even want. I want even more. Oh yeah, it's Good Pizza, Great Pizza. I'm not crazy. The kids screaming are not IRL today, it's in the song. I'm gonna have to render rubber with these. I don't know if I've ever done that. Oh my god, 2 more weekends is so exciting. But that means 3 more weeks of work. Not this work. I like this work. Real work. Good old 9 to 5. It's been so busy too. I have to do overtime tomorrow. I have to do like 14 hours. Blech. Yippee! this. I just want a reference. I actually don't need the heels. Okay, so like this, and I'll do tiny stitching. Weather is also still constantly switching up between hot and kind of cold. Like not cold for any other season, but since we keep getting summer weather and then cold weather, I keep just opening, closing my window, putting a jacket on, and then 5 minutes later I'm too hot. Oh, I didn't do the fill for this yet. Oh, cat. Doing a big stretch. Oh, is he gonna lay down again? Oh. He's gonna sleep in his tree. Oh. I should have like a cat cam inside the tree so that you can see anything else about my house, but you can see when the cats sleep in there because they're so cute. I'm also very not to do like cat sexism, but they're very classic boy cat, like Velcro cats. So if I'm sitting at my computer, they're sitting at my computer. Well, one of them is in his tree, which is right next to me, And then the other one's sleeping in my bed, which is right behind me. But then if I go to the bathroom, they're gonna come all the way downstairs with me. Like, it's like 4 p.m. What's gonna happen to me if I go to the bathroom alone? I'll be fine. You don't have to follow me. I mean, I appreciate it, but... I think this is a bit too wide. No, not the whole thing. I was talking about my art fight lineup yesterday. I did not make any progress. Okay, let's hide this, hide the socks. Let's fill all of this. Okay, give me a second. I want to spoil anything. I made a copy so I can delete some layers here. I don't need this. Technically, you don't need the feet anymore. I can censor all of this together. How many layers do they usually have? It really depends on the artist. I know some people have like up to, like, they have thousands of layers. Obviously, the more layers you have and the bigger your file is, the harder it will be for your PC to run them. But you can do some really, really fancy stuff by having a lot of different layers. I think the most I've had on a model is like 350, like 350 layers. But yeah, I know people who have like thousands of them. I try to be reasonable. I'll also usually have a file, like a PSD on my computer, where I have every single layer separate. And so I'll have like the coloring on one layer and then the line art on a different one. So if I need to go back and fix something, that's easy. But once that's once I make the actual model file, I'll merge these down. So because they don't need to be separate for my rig. Some people rig them separately with the underfill and everything, but that's that's a bit fancier than what I do. And so I try to merge down layers that I know don't need to be separated. I will delete any layers that are not ever visible. Like the hip area on this model, for example, would never really be visible no matter how they move. So I would just delete it and keep it in a separate file for future outfits or a reference or whatever. So I think, yeah, I think like between 250 and 350 is my usual range. I try to keep it reasonable. But you can have some models that are really crazy. Also, the more hair you have or the longer your hair is tends to really affect how much, how many layers you'll have. This hair is really one of those areas that will really make the illusion come to life. And so the more separate your hair is, better it looks, in my opinion. Which I'm kind of worried about for my own model because my hair is pretty simple. I don't know how I'm gonna split it. But for Nana's hair, for example, I had to make a lot of layers because I want every strand to kind of move separately to really sell the illusion that it's moving. And so I had to do a lot of layers just because it's kind of curly and fluffy. Or more wavy, maybe. But yeah, because I because I work on Procreate, it's kind of hard because, wait, let me look at the canvas information. I think it's 27 layers. Yeah, I can only have 27 layers at a time before Procreate is like, no. And so you really have to be smart about your layer usage. So that's why I have a Photoshop file on my PC. Then I put everything into one at a time and then I just take out what I need for the next part. Kind of makes the process. Actually, thinking about it, a lot of people probably save a lot of time just not having to do that part if it's all in the same thing. But even then, wouldn't you want to kind of separate your parts as you draw them just so the file doesn't get huge and crash your computer? Like you're trying to draw a line and it just takes forever for the line to appear because there's lag. Been thinking about experimenting with making a model. That's kind of how I got into like VTubing. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make a model for myself for fun and I'll see how it goes. And the more I worked on it, I was kind of attached to her and I was like, well, maybe I'll do the VTubing thing for real. But I think there's a lot of interesting tutorials. The only issue is that I find that a lot of tutorials are just like too big, like overwhelming. But if you're someone who learns easily by like watching someone do it or by like looking at something and taking it apart, then people on Coffee and sometimes VGen, they'll sell like study files where you have the model and all the pieces separated, so you can just kind of scroll through their file and see how they separated stuff. That really helped me in the beginning because I was like, I don't know how many parts like this eye needs to have. How do I know which parts to split? And so getting to look at that specific part in the artist's PDF really helped. Some of them are free also, I think. I was gonna give an example, but I don't know how many layers I have left here. 3. Okay, let me make a new Canva. You kind of just have to think about it like it's a paper puppet or something. So for example, if you made one and you had like the head, and then the neck, and the shoulders. Then you have to think, if I'm like tilting my head, then the neck's gonna look weird because there's nothing underneath. Or if I'm like raising my chin a little bit, it's gonna look weird because it's not complete, and so you would have to make the neck piece longer so it looks good from all angles. Same with an arm. If you just have like, this is your arm, and then this is your forearm. If you don't have any overlapping pieces, then when you like bend your forearm like this, then there's going to be a big gap where your elbow would be. So it's really like more about trying to visualize and test how things would move. Like, would anything that isn't supposed to show? Would there be any gap? I think it's just something you get better at as you make more. Like, I look at my first models and I'm like, oh, my new ones are just like so much better in terms of how, oh, I'm on the wrong file. Yeah, they're just a lot more well made, and the rigging's so much better because of it. It kind of sucks in the beginning. It's like if anything in the beginning, you get kind of frustrated because it doesn't look exactly the way you want it to, but then the more you do it, the more you feel proud. And also I think even then, well, you just get better at oh, I have a layer that's not necessary. Your eye also gets better because there's some stuff that I drew when I was younger, and I remember when I drew that I was like, oh, this is like, I did so well, this is really good, and at the time it looked so good to me, and then looking back I'm like, oh, I see where all of the mistakes are. So your eye also gets better. Which I think there's like it's not a theory, I don't know what to call it, but there's like a thing where people tend to feel like their progression slows down. Like, you'll be stagnant in your art for a while, and then you have a big jump in skill, is how we perceive our own art. It's just because your eye gets better faster than your skills get better. And so you'll draw, and then you'll be like, oh, I improved so much, I really like how I'm drawing. But then you look at other stuff and you're like, oh, I guess I really could be doing better because your eye also improved. And you look back at your own stuff and you're like, oh. But yeah, I think starting with a really simple design for a first model would be the way to go. Because then you can finish it pretty fast and like test it out. Okay, I invented a new strap while we were working on this that I didn't initially plan. Should I keep it blue and then there's 2 blue straps, or should I go for a different color? I'm trying to think of what other colors are on this design. I don't want to spoil the whole thing yet though. Is there any yellow? I think maybe just having it orange in the back would look good. Like the whole back piece of the shoe is orange. Okay, and these little bits aren't buckles, so they're just gonna be some kind of off black. And now the feet feel kind of wrong. Yeah, okay. Is everything... No, not everything's just... Wait! What is this? Okay, I think that looks better. Oh, it took me an hour to draw these sandals and they're not even rendered, it's just a base. Always underestimate it. I think I'm gonna... Wait, I have to change file. This one. Okay, let's get rid of everything shoe related on this one. I have everything in a different file. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to start on the pants, but I'll take a break after this. So let's see. I just want to see. Oh, it's like double stitched waistband. Always forget. I think like women's pants and men's pants button a different way around. But I can never remember which is which. Just like a button-up shirt. I'm not wearing a pants with a waistband right now. I have my pants for my stylist cosplay from Love in Deep Space. Hold on. Okay, other way around, I believe. I think. So I kind of want this outfit to be like a mix of, like, we don't care about which section this was in. Like, these pants would be probably from the men's section, and the cute tank top probably isn't. I don't know. My vision. Oh, it's raining. Maybe it's gonna get less hot. And then the belt straps will be separate. I think that's gonna be easier to deform them. I originally had some kind of belt in here, it looks like. Because the way the belt is on the actual art piece, it's like it's long low like these. I think they're probably high-waisted enough that they wouldn't need a belt, but I'm gonna just remind myself that it technically needs some kind of string or something here to hold them up. We went through a bunch of different variations for this outfit, which is something that I always do when someone commissions like a design or outfit design. And so there's some parts that I might not have erased properly. Pockets. Oh, then I might want to I'll figure it out. Okay, no thunderstorm, please. I'm using the computer. I'm on my computer, please. Trying to think about how I'm going to do the pockets. Because they're going to turn. I could do a mask. Maybe I just won't make the lower body rotate as much. Because I think probably stretching it would be enough. I'll do the pocket separate. Yay! Okay. I think I'm gonna go have the late lunch. Oh my god, very late lunch. And then I'll keep working on this off stream, but thank you. I'll see you next weekend for more of this model, probably. I mean, I'm kind of hoping it's done before then. That would be my goal. But if not, then I'll see you then. If it's done, I might do some rigging. I might work on mine. We might start an adoptable. Not really sure yet. But yeah, see you next week.